Alright, Chapter 14, Operational Noise. Evaluate, document, and implement impacts of noise produced by the ongoing proposed of the Army activity actions of minimizing the noise to the humans to the extent practicable. Develop installation of noise management plans as appropriate. Reduce noise acceptable levels on point noise sensitive location, for example, the medical treatment and education facility housing through appropriate land use, the development and agricultural engineering controls, monitoring, reading, and archive, addressing operational noise complaints, developing procurement, weapon system, other military combat equipment, for example, the electrical generator to produce less noise with consistent operational requirements, maintenance of the noise emitted with all the combat equipment of the weapon systems to be used, the training before the deployed units, procurement with the compliant commercially manufactured products, those adapted with the general military use of the products, less noise that comply with the regulatory noise emission standards, accurate or property only at the last resort, and resolve the off-post noise issues, manage the operational noise issues, communication relations, community relations with maintain sustainable testing and training capability, preventing encroachment. 4.2 Legal and other requirements, property and tort law, noise control act of 1972, quiet communities act of 1978, Army Regulation 95.1, Army Regulation 210.20, Army Regulation 350.19, applicable state and local laws. 4.3 Major program goals: controlling operational needs to protect the health and welfare of people on and off the post, and indicate with all Army produced noise, including on and off post noise surfaces. Sources: reduction of the community annoyance for the operational noise with the extent feasible, consistent with the Army training material, testing material, mission requirements. Actively engage local communities in land use planning in the area subject to high level operational noise and high potential of noise complaints. All right, no, program requirements. Noise, the descriptors, metrics appropriate for determination, compatibility, and use assessment procedures will be based on the best available scientific information. The day and night level, the primary description of the military noise, except for the small arm, the table 14.1. The day and night level is timely weight energy average sound level of 10 decibels per added nighttime level at 2200 to 0700 hours. Daily night levels noise metric may be further defined as appropriate installation head with a specific designated time period. For example, the annual average daily night level, average busy month, and daily night level. The typical assessment period, one of the noise energies, average of 250 days of active Army installation, 104 days of the Army Reserve and National Guard installation. Use the average busy month of the daily night level is appropriate when the OP tempo is significantly different than during current certain periods of the year. Further, the land use, the landing and encroachment assessment purposes, reasonable annual growth of further factor and in activity, for example, 10 to 15% may be assumed. Supply metrics is a sign of environmental noise data, but it may be employed with appropriate provided with additional environmental effective noise of the test training ranges. Weighted maximum noise will be used to assess the aviation low-level training routes through the flight and tracks. Use the average noise level that protracted with the time period generally does not adequately assess the probable community noise compliance success with the risk of noise meant for large caliber impulsive nodes. Resulting from testing and training the armored artillery motors and demolition activity to determine the sounding, even the metric, even the perk of the sound pressure levels of the C-weighted sound exposure of the metric, the PK-15 mag, and statistical variation received with the single event of the poison peak of the noise level due to the weather is calculated peak noise level without frequency weighing expected to exceed 15 miles. 15% of all the events might, if the multiple weapons type with the fire with the one location, multiple fire in a location, single event level should be lowest level of the occurrence of the receiver location. For assess noise of small arm range using a single event metric, either the PK-15 met with the weighted sound exposure level or ASAL, using land using planning zone contour better than predict the noise impact when levels of operations of airfields, long caliber weapons range of our average using the Department of Defense noise assessment with the software where the primary means with an operational noise assessment prepare noise manual maps showing the noise zones limited to the defined tables 14, 14.1, 14.2. Manage the non-sensitive land uses such as housing, schools, medical facilities as being applicable within the land using planning zone. Put no noise zone 1 normally recommended is noise zone 2, but not recommended is noise zone 3. These noises are defined in table 4.1. Since every noise limits as in Table 14.2 corresponds with the area of low and high risk noise complaints for the larger caliber weapon system, they should be supplemented with the noise level defined in 14.1, finding the land use of decision, non-sensitive land use of discouragement in areas where the PKA 15 method is between 115 to 130 decibels, measured medium risk complaints, non-sensitive load with a strong discouragement from the ends of areas of equal with greater than the 15 met or 130 decibels, high risk noise pollution, and infrequently noise events installation should determine the land use compatibility with every areas necessary for the mission protection. In the case of frequently noise events such as the detonation explosive installation should communicate with the public. Transportation, industrial noise, and assessment with the case-to-case basis on the appropriate noise metrics, including the U.S. Department of Transportation guidelines, address the issue concerning the building of the vibration rattle due to the weapons blast through the appropriate subject matter experts in legal noise. Legal counsel address the noise impact of domestic animals wildfowl required through the study of the each species response segregated with the response to noise level set forth there apply human or only apply do not apply to domestic animals or wildlife. Title 41 shows the noise zones. 42 shows the more low noise. Chapter 15 program management and operation.